Hi. Did you enjoy the week of frantic video production? Because I kind of did. Like, I was actually like really in the mood to get some of this stuff done and made, and yeah, it turned out pretty well. So I want to discuss a few of the videos with you guys. Just because I want your feedback here, because this was a really weird random week for me, where I'm just trying different things, and some of it we can do more of, some of it we can't. But I want to kind of give you guys a chance to like just chat with me a little bit and like figure out where this week went. So for I'm gonna say, like I did do the vlog that said this is like my last big push. If this one fails or if I burn out again, I'm not going to focus on the channel so much anymore. But I'm always going to do something on YouTube. Like as long as I'm capable of it, I'm always going to do something on YouTube or Twitch because I do enjoy it. But for this, do not expect this pace, like for the duration of this push I am making. Do not expect a video every single day. This was mostly just me really being in the mood to get some videos done, and also just in the mood to try out new things and see how you guys felt about them. So I just kind of want to go over a lot of these with you and find out, what worked and what didn't, what needs to be improved. We started the week with the secret origins of TJOmega, where I kind of talked about where I was before I started doing YouTube and all the other ways that I tried to entertain and what made up the makeup of TJOmega. And I actually feel really bad for leaving out WTF at TFW because I wasn't even a TJOmega when I started that show with Vangelis and Aaron. No, I was Omega's Prime over on the TFW boards. TJOmega was just a glint in my eye back then, and that's one of the other places where I kind of got over my nervousness about being a public performer. But I'm actually happy with what that video is, just because you don't normally see YouTubers like admitting to their past and like this is what made me. So I think it's like an interesting look back at me, and then that's obviously a video I can't really do more of. It's just a one-off, but one-offs in a similar vein. Just me kind of talking like life stories. I don't know. Then on Tuesday we had the interview this year with Caleb Hiles, which wasn't an interview. That was just me and another YouTuber just having fun. Go check it out if you didn't, because Caleb is a super cool guy, and it's not really even an interview. We're just two friends just kind of catching up because we hadn't seen each other in 2 years. And give it a chance. Like, he is a fantastic cover artist over on YouTube. Go check him out if you haven't, because the man has this amazing singing talent. Okay, the next one is probably the winner. Wednesday was my very first tier list video, and this one hit huge. This was like by far the biggest viewed video out of the entire week, and I kind of understand why. Tier listing is popular. It's not, you gotta get the same kick out of it as like a top 10 video, but also it lasts a lot longer and covers a lot more. And it's just like really popular right now. So it's the one time where I just kind of played to like what's popular. But I actually had a lot of fun doing it. And there's a lot of different ways that I can take that to do more, because it's not necessarily a hard video to make. Um, for those, I would ask for suggestions. I want ideas for what else I can tier. And it doesn't have to be Transformer based. We can do Kamen Rider, we can do even maybe Super Sentai. Just in my similar vein. So it's stuff that I know like I'm talking about. Don't ask me to rank Game of Thrones characters because I've never seen the show and I have no interest in doing it. But for the most part, if it's something that I've kind of been into, and it could be something like, ranking the best Cybertron, ranking like Transformer Cybertron toys, ranking the Transformer cartoons is going to be one of the ones we do. I'm trying to figure out what can I do with the movies. Like, do I just rank all the here's a ranking of the Autobots? Or is that all just going to end up in the D and F tiers? I don't know. So that's one that's definitely going to be developed out, and we're going to do more of those because that seemed to go over really well. The next one that I really, really want to succeed and is the Toy Store Life. Where I'm just kind of talking about weird and interesting events that happened in this toy store, or I'm giving some insight about what running a toy shop like this entails, because it's not all fun and games, and there is a particular skill set you need in order to make it work. That one, that one I want to do a lot of. I have a lot of ideas for what I want, a lot of weird incidents that have happened in this store since I started running it, and I've only been like technically I've only been the manager at this store for like 5 months. Like, it really hasn't been all that long that this store has been like in my sole control. And then there's, and I started working it in like late January. So like I've got stories from all across this year, and it's not even a year, and I still have a ton of stories. So this is one that can go on for a long, long time if people support it. So I'm really hoping people do. And I really hope that's one of the ones you enjoyed over the week. The view count the view count's kind of middling, so I'm not quite sure like where the longevity of that is. I feel like it might be another TJOmega, where the first episode does great, and then everyone else just kind of peters out. And I know some people asking me for more TJOmega. I have some that were written like a year ago, so I'm like 30 pounds heavier in those videos. But they're ready, made. I can just throw them online, and I might do that next week just to keep the channel busy. There's the weird one. It didn't get nearly as many views like the Toy Store Life or the ranking video, but uh, doing serious Transformer quotes in my really dumb voice, which I've heard sounds like Stitch and kind of sounds like Waspinator. So one or the other. But that one is going to be an occasional. Like, I will come up with another list of funny ones to read off. We'll do that one again, but that one, I'm going to give some breathing room to that one, because I very well know that's the kind of thing where the joke is going to get old fast. So if I do, I could probably get away with a couple more before I start having to come up with like gimmicks. Like, do I bring in somebody else to do like go back and forth on two, like on a dialogue between two characters? Do I make one that's specifically for comic book quotes? What else? What else can I do to make that kind of video viable more than just the 2 or 3 times? That's going to be the question there. There's another one where I could use some feedback. The next one is the new look random review, and I'm actually very, very happy with how random review looks and functions in its new style, because it gets me into my own videos, for starters. It lets me be more animated, it lets me be more of a character, and it's more freeing. I feel like I can do and say a little bit more just because, I'm not confined to like what you're, like looking at the toy. And I think it makes it more dynamic review, even if it's still random reviews, like typical kind of styling. But I am very happy with how it came out, and I do, of course, that's going to be the style going forward. Um, Let me know what you think of that. And I'm sure you did already in the comments of that video, but yeah, I'm actually really curious to see how that's going to work out. And we're going to improve that over time. I've got a better camera that I can use and really need to learn how to work. And I'm going to get a better lavalier mic so the audio doesn't suck. And then we have the final video, which is basically just 10 fact video, but that's kind of a proto of a more casual set version of Here's 10. I could do Here's 10 top 10 lists for ages. There's plenty of things to do for a top 10 list like that. Transformer, Kamen Rider, and all my little facets of toy geekdom. In that case, I would ask again. It's another one that suggestions would be welcome. What can I do as a top 10 video, or just like here's 10 things. Not necessarily a top 10, but just here's 10 facts. Here's 10 toys no one talks about, like that kind of thing. But beyond that, what would you think if I just made that here's 10 instead of like the green screen and like, well, I'll set the music, but instead just like super green screen and like super like overly produced, which kind of gets a little bit more frustrating for me to make. But just keep it casual, just in this setting, image off to the side, just so we can like relax while I'm doing it. And I think that's the key to keeping up this push, is making sure that it's relaxing to do the videos. And right now, everything that I made this week, I think pretty much was, you know. So that's kind of where I am right now. So let me know what you think in the comments below. This is mostly just me looking for feedback on everything that happened because it was a really weird week for me. But I think it was a fun week, and overall, I think it's a week that could lead in some really cool directions for the future of the channel. So let me know, let me know, let me know what you think, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that is.